Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidil mursaleen wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. قالت السادسة زوجي إن أكل لف وإن شرب اشتف وإن استجع التف ولا يولج الكف ليعلم البث. Wife number 6, she said that my husband, when he sits down to eat, he finishes everything. And when he starts drinking, or whatever is there, drinkable things, he finishes all those drinks. And when he lie down to sleep, he just take blanket over himself and he goes to sleep. He does not take his hands out of the blanket. So he knows how saddening situation I am facing. So he doesn't care about me. قالت السابعة زوجي أيايا أو غيايا طباقا كل داء له داء شجك أو فلك أو جمع كل لك. Number 7 said that my husband, he is full of eye. He has no goodness in him. He is deviated from the right path. Some of the commentators, they have said that he is useless. He is not even able to have relation. And he is foolish. He is very stupid. And every illness you can think of, he has all those illnesses. Or every fault, every weaknesses you can think of, he has that. He can beat you over your head, or he can beat you onto your body. So he can make you wounded in your head, or he can make you wounded in your body. Or he can do both, that he can make your head and your body wounded. قالت الثامنة زوجي المس مس أرنب والريح ريح زرنب. Number 8, she is praising her husband. She said that my husband, if you touch him, then you are touching like rabbit. And if you are near him, his smell is like the smell of zarnab, according to some of them, saffron. Or according to commentators, that there used to be a beautiful plant, a beautiful fragrance and smell used to generate from that plant. So she is saying that my husband is such that if you touch him and he is touchable, you feel like touching him. He is like rabbit. And when you are near him, he has very good smell. قالت التاسعة زوجي رفيع العماد عظيم الرماد طويل النجاد قريب البيت من الناد. Number 9, she said that my husband, he has very high pillar, and this is metaphoric, that she is trying to say that my husband has very big house, عظيم الرماد, and she is trying to say that he is very great entertainer of visitors, and he is quite tall, and his house is near the assembly place. So people, when they assemble together into the assembly, then it is very near for them to come to our house, so he will entertain all the guests. قالت العاشرة زوجي مالك وما مالك خير من ذلك له إبل كثيرات المبارك قليلات المسارح إذا سمعن صوت المزهر أيقن أنهن هوالك. Number 10 said that my husband, he is the owner, he is Malik, he owns properties. وما مالك خير من ذلك. She is trying to say that my husband is even better than the previous woman who had praised her husband. He is even better than that. Or she is trying to say that my husband is better in everything. He's got camels, and those camels, they are being fed at home. They don't need to go to grazing places. Qalilatul masarih. When it comes to grazing places, they are very, very rarely visiting grazing places. And camels, when they hear the voice of instrument, then they know that it is the time of their end. So I have completed 10. Inshallah, if we go through detail now, or whenever any nikah will take place, you will come to know that what are the details of every wife's commentary. But today we have done some of them. Like first one, according to Sheikh Zakaria Rahmatullah alayh, according to him, that she is praising him. She said that he eats everything, meaning that he loves everything. So we have varieties of food. So she is trying to say that he eats everything, meaning that he provides every type of food. That is what according to Sheikh Zakaria Rahmatullah alayh. He drinks everything, all drinks he finishes, or all drinks he drinks, meaning that he provides all different varieties of drink, according to Sheikh Zakaria Rahmatullah alayh. And he goes to sleep, he doesn't worry about anything else. And she said that according to many commentators, that she is criticizing, she is narrating the faults of her husband, meaning that when he comes, he's got only one worry, about his own stomach. He doesn't care about anything else. So whatever food is there inside the house, he finish all of them. Whatever drinks are there, he finish all of them. And then he goes to sleep. And if we sleep together, he just take blanket over himself and he's sleeping into the blanket. He will never even take his hand out to touch me, to feel me, to know that, how terrible situation I am facing with this type of husband. And that is the reality. There are so many husbands. They live together under one roof. They have no communication. They have no relation. What answer will they give it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. And vice versa. There are so many husbands. They are complaining that, like I am a guest in my house. No, there is no love. There is no mutual understanding. There is no harmony. There is no communication. She worries about herself. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give tawfiq to both of them. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give tawfiq to both of them. So that is what one. The seventh one, she had criticized that according to some of the commentators, that when she mentioned one of the two words, ayaya or gayaya, meaning useless, completely useless husband. And she said that, every fault or every illness you can think of, my husband has. And plus, he's got all these faults, but he is such a bad person that he beats me. Don't be physical over wife. And now, I think it will be one of the sign of end of time that wives are beating husbands. That we could never imagine before. Our forefather could never imagine before. But now we are going through such phase of time that women are beating men. And sometimes, so this woman says that my husband is very physical. Sometimes he makes my head wounded. Or sometimes bottom part of my body, he makes it wounded. Or sometimes he makes me wounded top and bottom both. Head and body both. So that is what she says. And then the eighth one, when some people get newly married, and when they come to Imam, sometimes I say this, that both of you live like every day you have honeymoon. Every day you have honeymoon. And when I went through this sentence, you felt like that you can derive this meaning from this sentence. She is saying that my husband, Zawji al-massu massu arnab, that if you feel like touching him, you feel like playing with him. When you have rabbit, how will you enjoy playing with rabbit? Soft, very, very touchable, very feelable. That is how my husband is. She is trying to say. That is how my husband is. وَالرِّيحُ رِيحُ زَرْنَبْ. And smell, beautiful smell. Beautiful smell generates from him. She gave an example of zarnab. They said they used to have a flower or plant there in Arabian world. It used to have beautiful smell. You want to be near that plant. So she is trying to say, you want to be near my husband. I want to be near my husband because he is having very good smell. Now what we do, we men and women both in our households, when we go out, we adorn ourselves for outsiders. We are being encouraged. This hadith sharif is encouraging men and women that you must always remain presentable, approachable. Your wife doesn't want to leave you, or your husband doesn't want to leave you. You must live like that. Our Ustaz Hazrat Maulana Abu Bakr Sahib, Damat Barakatuhum, one day he was delivering speech here. He stayed one whole month, years ago. And he was mentioning that one of the Maulana was asked that our wife, will they come into the Jannat? So Maulana said, yes, they will come definitely into the Jannat. They will be the leader of the women of Jannat. So that old man said, Acha ye mela khasdak bhi wahan aayega. So, that is what the case, that our women, when they are inside the house, when they are in front of their husband is everything to them. Their husband must be their world. They must adorn themselves in front of their husband. There they will be rewarded. Your beautification, your adorning, your applying perfume, you are remaining, like a Miss World to your husband. That is where you will be gaining reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But what she does when she goes out into the wedding, she will take hours, stay in front of mirror, and she will adorn herself. But in front of her husband, she will remain, not approachable, sometimes dirty, sometimes, who cares attitude. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. So from this hadith, from this sentence, that al-massu massu arnab, when you touch him, then you feel like, you are touching rabbit. And وَالرِّيحُ رِيحُ زَرْنَبَ, I know time is up. And smell is like the smell of zarnab. Inshallah, remaining two will do. And we are left with the 11th. That is quite long. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us correct understanding of Quran and Sunnah. One of my niece got married there in India. And all these days, I was going through this, Hadith Zara. And it has very many benefits. We are just doing translation. Otherwise, people wrote books on it. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This one hadith sharif can change our family life. And Ramadan, dua becomes accepted. Oh Allah, those husbands and wife who are separated from one another, you are Jami'ul Qulub. You are Mu'alliful Qulub. Oh Allah, you bring them together. You bring reconciliation. You bring compromise. When they become unite, and then they can produce very pious progeny. They can bring Salahuddin Ayyubi into their progeny. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Mursaleen. Wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Wa man tabi'ahum bi ihsanin ila yawmiddin. Ya awwal al-awwalin. Ya akhir al-akhirin. Ya rahim al-masakin. Ya dhal quwwati al-matin. Ya dhal manni fala yumannu alayk. يا ذا الطول يا ذا الجلال والإكرام لا إله إلا أنت زهر اللاجئين وجار المستجيرين ومأمن الخائفين إن كنت كتبتنا عندك في الكتاب أشقياء فامحو عنا اسم الشقاء وإن كنت كتبتنا عندك في الكتاب مقطرا علينا أرزاقنا فامحو تقطير رزقنا وحرمان رزقنا واكتبنا وأثبتنا عندك سعداء ووفقنا الخير فإنك تقول في كتابك يمحو الله ما يشاء ويثبت وعنده الكتاب اللهم إنا نسألك فعل الخيرات وترك المنكرات وحب المساكين وأن تغفر لنا وترحمنا فإذا أردت بقوم فتنة فتوفنا غير مفتونين غير خزايا ولا ندامى ولا مفتونين. اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم إنا نسألك خير هذا اليوم فتحه ونسره ونوره وبركته وهداه ونعوذ بك من شر ما فيه وشر ما بعده. رضينا بالله ربا وبالإسلام وشر ما بعده. رضينا بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبسيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نبيا ورسولا. سبحان الله وبحمده عدد خلقه ومداد كلماته وزنة عرشه ومداد كلماته. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من أن نشرك بك شيئا نعلم ونستغفرك لما لا نعلم ونعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. رب زدنا علما نافعا ورزقا واسعا وعملا متقبلا وشفاء من كل داء. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من علم لا ينفع وقلب لا يخشى ونفس لا تشبع ودعاء لا يستجاب له. اللهم ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم. اللهم ألف بين قلوب المؤمنين. اللهم حرر المسجد الأقصى والمسلمين المغلوبين في فلسطين وفي غزة العزة وفي جميع أنحاء العالم وفي بلاد الشام. اللهم احفظ الحرمين الشريفين. اللهم علمنا الكتاب والتأويل. اللهم ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم. وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا وحبيبنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين برحمته.